Good afternoon, everyone. About the preparation of the game, I think that the boys are training well. We are happy about our preparation. We are impatient to start this new season of the PSL. We know that every season the, 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 the target, of course, will be very high. All the clubs prepared well. A lot of expectation from every clubs. So we've been doing well at the opening of this MTN. We'd like to keep this dynamic. We have seen a very packed stadium. We're expecting as well the support of our fans. We hope that they will come back again and to be a lot in that stadium to push our players. About the opponent, we know that it will be tough. There is not easy games in that PSL, especially that season. We know that they will come to our stadium with a lot of ambitions, but we are prepared for that. We know exactly how we will start our game. Physically, we are prepared. Tactically, the players are prepared as well. About our confidence is at the top. Yeah, good vibes in our team, in our dressing room. So we are impatient to start that game. Even we know that it will not be easy.
Greetings to everyone. The preparations have been going well. I think the boys are ready. It's going to be a tough encounter against a very good opponent on Saturday, but we've had the whole week to prepare for the game, and I think we're ready to face the encounter on Saturday.
Thank you. We'll now open for questions from the floor.
Modern football works with, a league race works with in blocks or in phases. For match day one, what are the things that you wish to achieve within block one or phase one of the league race?
Yeah, indeed. I have spoken a few days ago about the legacy, the importance of a legacy. When we come in such a big club, and especially the fantastic job that the boys have been doing with the previous coach. Of course, as a professional coach, you have to analyze what has been done and in the good way. Of course, we have to keep this foundation. It could be stupid if we come here and we want to change everything. It's not my idea. Like I told you, it's try to analyze the areas where we can improve the team in order to go a little bit or to go more high in the expectations. Yeah, and about these areas, yeah, maybe to be a little bit more strong, and some games that last season maybe we lost, especially that game that coming in the new in next week, in Saturday, sorry. We have to start for that one and to be very solid, and to create chances and to be very intense, and to be dominant. It's what we'd like to do at the beginning of the game, of course.
Do you want to have one mic?
Coach, you're playing against a team that has got probably most signings once again this season, and you get to be there. How important is it for you in the forthcoming match to actually set the best foot forward, and what will work for you against such a stubborn team like Sekhukhune?
We know Sekhukhune, it's a strong team. Of course, they have a new signing. We have seen that. We have analyzed that. Department of analysts. We have, of course, and we are working on that. Still tomorrow, again, last day to sharp our team. But I think to be honest, not only Sekhukhune have a new signing. Every year, the clubs trying to find the right teams, the right players in order to be more ambitious. Is the case of Sekhukhune, and I think they have as well Eric that came at the middle of the season, and I think it's a new season for him, and he has a lot of ambitions for that club. So of course we know that it will be tough. Depend of us how we want to attack that game, how we want to start, which character, which personality we want to implement in that game. So we will have the answer tomorrow. But I'm sure that my boys are ready, and everybody is ready to start that game.
Coach, News from Africa. Coach, I mean, on your side, you've also had quite a number of signings. For you, having spent more and more time with this group of players, also the players that you've inherited at the club, are you starting to see a clearer and clearer picture of what you want from each player, each member of the squad, especially in fitting with the philosophy that you want to play?
Yes, of course, we had the time to see all the players during the pre-season camp. But like I told you, we have already a base in the club, like the captain who is here, have the legacy, a lot of players that have been in the club for a while. Of course, these new players that came have to add something else, some more competences. And I think it's up to me to find the right balance with that team. So sometimes it's not easy, because when you have such new players in the team, and to get everybody ready and to understand the game model, it's not easy. But I have to say that I'm quite happy, because I have some clever players. Players that understand football, and I think they get what I am expecting from them. They know exactly. We had time to work during. We had 5-6 weeks preparation. Everything is not perfect, of course, but I'm happy. I'm happy.
Coach, you made an interesting return in your time when you went to coach in Algeria to be part of the Man's technical team, and there was some noise from like the far right section of the Youngden. How did you handle that period in terms of what was being said about that move, and how did it shape you to be the coach and the person that you are in terms of dealing with the outside noise?
Yes, it was a good moment for me to work and to be part of the technical staff of a friend, because he was the coach of the national team of Algeria. But he was as well my friend, because I was playing with him in France for 2 years. He was my coach in Qatar for 2 years. So yeah, we had a particular relationship, and above the relationship, I think it's a fantastic player. I had the chance to train with in Africa, with the good philosophy, with the good spirit. So yeah, it was a very good moment for me. Yes?
Sorry, there's a follow-up question to that?
I was saying in the response.
Please wait for the microphone.
In the response that came from Morocco, and you made, well, the far right section of Morocco, how
Yeah.
did you handle that, and how did it shape?
Yeah, I didn't expect this kind of question, but I will answer to you. You know, I've been living for my life for football. My life was dedicated for football. I am a sportsman, so all what is regarding politics. I'm not a politician, sorry, I love what I am doing. I want to give my competencies, to give my knowledge to people who love football, to improve my players. So either it is in France, either it is in England, either it is in Algeria, either it was in Benin. I was in Benin as well. I was in DRC. Now I am in South Africa. So I am quite a Pan-Africanist. I love my continent, and as long as I can give my competencies and give my knowledge to my continent, I will be happy. I had a lot of opportunities to work, but when I stopped my career in 2014, my dream was always to come back to work in my country and in Africa. And I think people who love the continent, they don't have to love the continent from abroad. They have to come on the continent and to give the experience and to live with the people. I was in Benin.
We'll take the next three questions.
Yeah, Nika the captain. Pirates has played Sekhukhune 10 times since 2021. 6 wins, Sekhukhune beat Pirates 3 times and 1 draw. I just want to find out from you, the captain. You're speaking for players. Now, one find out from you, what are you expecting? Easy victory or a hard-fought victory?
Look, I think there's never an easy game, regardless of who we play. We're playing Sekhukhune on Saturday. I think we saw last season they came to us at Orlando. They got a victory. So we know it's going to be a hard-fought game. Between two good clubs. So for us, it's just to focus, keep doing what we've been doing, and I'm sure we'll get a result on Saturday.
Coach Ouaddou, President of the Sibisi Sports here. On Saturday, I think just a few hours before you play your league game, you will also find out about your opponents in the CAF Champions League. I think looking at the makeup of the draw and how they are doing things now, it could be a tricky one maybe in the second round. And on the back of a very good campaign for Pirates, reaching the local stages for the first time in over a decade in this competition. I can imagine that this is going to be an interesting one for you as well, because you couldn't go far with Vita in the CAF competitions as well. How are you looking at the journey in the Champions League as well?
Yeah, I think we are expecting, of course, the draw to see where we're going to play. I have to say that we have to take seriously all that game. We know that since a few years there is not anymore small teams in the continent. So we have to prepare for that and to be ready to play anywhere with consistency, with a lot of ambitions, a lot of organization to pass through that round. And of course, because we want to go far, in that competition. But before that, I think there is Sekhukhune, the first and the main important game. I want to be focused on that game because it's very important to start well that game of the PSL and to keep the spirit, the team spirit, to keep the ambition, the intensity, the dynamism that we put in the first game. It will be very important to start well, and afterwards we will have time to focus on that game with my staff and with my analyst department.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
I noticed, I couldn't count, but it's close to 50 players that I saw on the field that you are training. Ideally, how many you want to have in your squad for the full season? And also for you, skipper, you are the captain now. We know how long Palace have last won the league since 2012. How important is this for you personally, maybe to break that drought of league title?
You want to answer? Okay. Yeah, about the number of the players, it's all the time a challenge. In my previous clubs where I was a coach, I usually work between 25, 28 players. Why? Because it's in terms of management. It's very important to keep everybody involved for the target. The challenge is when you have maybe 40 players. It's not our case, but in some previous club where I worked, when you have 40 players, it's become difficult, because you cannot be efficient in your work. You cannot go direct to the point. You need to make a lot of rotations in training, and you have to content everybody and to try to think about the sessions, about instead of to put all the focus in main teams. You need to focus on the rotation and to content everybody. So it is the challenge. But at the moment, I am an educator. Before being a professional coach, as long I have 30 or 35 players, I cannot let, even I have 10 players, I never can let 10 players on the side in terms of sport values, in terms of human being. I have to include them and to think a little bit more about the session, how I can include them. So it's not up to me, but as long we have many players, I have to train them. It's my job. I am paid for that.
Give the next three questions to you, Lawrence and Atlas.
Yeah, for us, the league title is in the back of our heads, but we don't want to overwhelm ourselves, and look ahead of far for ourselves. We know the league only starts on Saturday against Sekhukhune, so that's where it all starts. If we set a good tone from there, I think anything is possible. So for us, it's just to keep the focus, try not to overwhelm ourselves with the title, and just take it one game at a time.
So you don't have a question?
Skipper, you're the coach in South Africa. Skipper, again, just on your side, how different is your role now when you are the permanent captain of the team? How does it change? Is there any change at all with what you do on a day-to-day as compared to when, of course, Somebody was a squad captain and was a guiding figure throughout the whole changing room? How different a task is that on you now? Is it heavier on you without that figure now that you have to probably be that figure that guides the squad, especially with some of the youngsters coming through and new players coming through to the squad, having to integrate them as well?
Look, my role hasn't changed. It's still the same as before. It's just that I'm the official captain of the club. And as I've said before, we have good players here, we have good human beings, so my job isn't that difficult, and we have good senior players to also help guide the younger ones, and trying to integrate the team together. So for me, nothing has changed. It's still the same, I try to help wherever I can, but nothing has changed.
Coach, I'm sure you looked at Pirates last season. You were in the league for about 6 months, and maybe even had an eye on them before. What did you the squad over the past, that why they fell short, if you understand why they fell short? And then for skipper, obviously last season there was a lot of nearly semi-final CAF Champions League, become second, runners up in the Nedbank Cup. Has it galvanized the core group of the squad to say, what, we need to go one better this season, like we need to take it upon ourselves and win these trophies now?
To answer to your question, I think since many years had a different profile of players, and since 3 years, I think they have decided to bring some young players that still in the team, and they bring some dynamism, some nice football as well. I don't want to say that before it was not. Yeah, it was good players, legend players. But I think the dynamism that they brought last 3 years was very interesting. I think the challenge is, like my captain said, it's to mix these young players, this talent, with the experienced players. With the experience that I have in football, you need to bring this experience to be around them and to take the best from them, because we cannot just throw in the arena 11 young players. It's gonna not work. It's gonna not work because they need this experienced players to teach them in the high tempo when they need to slow down, to maybe to close, to be more compact, and to speak to them and to be close to them. It's not easy. If we look a team like Arsenal, for example, fantastic team, a lot of young players, but my feeling is if Arsenal want to go to win that league, Champions League that the fans are waiting for a long time, for me, my feeling, they need to bring some 3 or 4 experienced players to be around that talent. It's exactly what we want to have with our team here. I'm happy for that, because when I have the captain, the guys like Tapelo, Mabasa, Mahopa, all these players who know the legacy, they know the foundation of the club, it gives us confidence as a staff to know that we have a team and a strong team with young and experienced players. It's very important for me.
We'll take the final 3 questions, starting with Matlati, followed by Gamu, followed by Gamu, and then we'll get the final one.
Yeah, look, for us, the previous season was so close, but yet so far, you know, in terms of the Nedbank, in terms of the league, and in terms of the Champions League as well. So I think we know what we can do, we know what we're capable of, and I think within the whole group there's belief to say why can't we go all the way, you know, in all competitions. And I think with the quality that we have right now, anything is possible, whether it's the league, whether it's the Champions League, whether it's the Nedbank or the MTN. So for us, the belief is there. It's just a matter of executing and getting the right results.
Maybe just as a follow-up and asking the question differently. When you look back at the year, Mrs., where and how did you guys falter, especially in the league, because you've done well in competitions? And daily, what will it really take from you guys as players to take the fight to Sundowns and finally try and win the league?
Look, as I've said, you know, we don't want to overwhelm ourselves as to being obsessed with the league title, you know. We just want to take it one game at a time. And, you know, to say where we fell short, mainly last season, you can't exactly pinpoint, you know, but I think with the quality that we have, the depth that we have right now, you know, I think we can go all the way. So you can't really pinpoint, but for us, the belief is there, you know, to go all the way in all competitions, and I think it started last Saturday.
Greetings, Coach Kamagalo Mohale from the OFF. Coach, last week you played your first cup competition, and now you're going for the league. Are preparations any different, preparing from a cup now going into the league? And also, when you look at last week's game, are there any improvements that you want to do, improve on rather, going into the game against Sekhukhune this weekend?
Yeah, I want to tell you, to answer you that every game has its true, but the true is every games are very important for us. Either it's a cup game, league game, Champions League game. When we start a game, we started to win it. I think my players are competitors. We can see it in trainings, and me too as well. When we start a game, we want to win it. If there is something that we want to improve, maybe to be more killer in the, I use this word, but to be more efficient and killer in the box. I've been about the way we defend in that game. Very consistent, compact. Is very important, because in football you have two important phases. Of course, you want to score, but if behind this phase of attacking you score 3 goals or 4 goals and you concede 5 goals, it's still 0 point. So for me as a coach, they are two very important phases.
Final question, Tim.
Coach, this one is for you personally. Looking at how brave you've been, I mean, before you get into Orlando Pirates, you're one of the few coaches who made it clear that you would love to coach Orlando Pirates, and it's one of the biggest clubs that you're looking up to. What made you to look at it that way, and now that you're here, what do you say to Orlando Pirates fans who said they are happy to have you here, and those who say they're not sure about you being here, and those who say we'll see when we get there?
Yeah, it's funny because when you doing that job as a professional football player, I started in a small club in Aix-Nancy-Lorraine. I signed my first professional contract when I was 18, and my dream was all the time to reach, as a player, to reach the biggest club. When you stop as a player and you became coach, you are involved in football. Of course, I told you before that my dream was to come back in my continent. I have lived for more than 45 years in France. But I felt when I stopped my career that I need to come back in my continent. My first dream was to come back to Morocco. And the adventure, my job, bring me to work in Benin, in DRC, in Algeria, and now I'm in South Africa. So of course, when you are coach, you start with small clubs and you have to prove your competencies. Sometimes you cannot start your job and to get to big clubs like Orlando Pirates. The people profiling you about your competencies, about your result. Of course, some people can be doubtful about me. Yeah, it's up to me to prove them. I cannot change, unfortunately, nothing. And especially something that maybe can be very hard, especially us as African coaches. We have all the time, we must prove more than anybody else to show our competencies. It's life. I was a player in France as an African. I had to prove more, many times, 10 times more than another one, to play, to be titular, to be regular. I played in Fulham, I played in England, I played in Olympiacos. But for that, it's a lot of work. You have to prove many times. As a coach, it's the same. But what is funny is when we come in our continent, still there is these things that, hey, he has to prove. But I have any problem about that. I'm happy to be in Orlando Pirates, and I thank them to give me the opportunity. And let's say at the end of the season, what I am able to do, and I hope to bring them with my players to be able to win title with them and to prove to everybody that I am able to reach that level.
Thank you. On that note, you've come to the conclusion of